All right, let's just jump right in, shall we? Because AI isn't some far-off concept anymore. It's here right now in our workplaces. And you know what? We're already seeing some incredible benefits, like getting things done way faster and uncovering insights we never would have seen before.
I mean, this is our new reality. We've got co-pilots helping developers churn out code, analysts who can automate whole reporting pipelines, and even autonomous agents handling customer support. The upshot is we're moving faster. And let's be honest, doing way less of that boring, repetitive stuff. But with all this incredible new speed comes a brand new kind of problem.
And yeah, here's the catch. With all the amazing speed AI gives us, we also get a whole new layer of complexity. When you have humans and AI agents all working together, moving at this pace, how on earth do you keep the whole thing from just turning into chaos? This is the question that's keeping leaders up at night. How do you actually manage this new, hybrid workforce of people and algorithms? How do you make sure the work isn't just fast, but also predictable, reliable, and, sustainable for the long haul? Well, the answer, it turns out, lies in a concept called the workforce digital twin. And that's what we're going to unpack today, the solution to this huge new coordination challenge. So what in the world is a digital twin? Put simply, it's a virtual model of a real-world system. Think of it like a live, breathing digital mirror of your entire organization. It's constantly being updated with real data, so it shows you exactly what's happening moment to moment.
And look, this isn't some pie-in-the-sky idea we just cooked up. The concept of a digital twin is already completely established and, frankly, battle-tested in some of the most demanding industries on the planet.
I mean, for years, factories have used digital twins to perfect their production lines. Energy companies use them to simulate grid failures before they can happen. And airlines, they use them to monitor the performance of massive, incredibly complex aircraft in real time. So yeah, we're talking about really serious, proven tech here. And that's the big leap, right? We're now applying that very same principle to the organization itself. It becomes a living, dynamic model of how work actually gets done, how people collaborate, where the real skills are, which systems are talking to each other, and, crucially, how your new AI agents fit into that whole picture. Okay, so that's the what and the why. But how does a workforce digital twin actually work in the real world? How do you get from this cool concept to a tool that you can actually use to make decisions? It really comes down to 3 stages. First off, you connect it to live signals from the tools your teams already use. We're talking Slack, Jira, your calendars, all of it. Second, the twin crunches all that data to reveal these hidden patterns, showing you where the real bottlenecks are, how work is actually flowing. And third, and this is the really cool part, you get to simulate the future. You can ask all sorts of what-if questions without any real-world risk.
And honestly, that third piece, the simulation, that's where this whole thing goes from being an interesting dashboard to an absolute game changer. It's a strategic engine for making decisions.
Because with simulation, you can suddenly ask these incredibly specific and important questions, like, okay, what really happens to our productivity if we drop a new AI agent right into this part of our workflow? Where's the pressure going to show up?
Or you could look at your people and ask, hey, if we ramp up automation in this department by, say, 30%, what new skill gaps are going to pop up on our teams over the next 6 months?
And it's fantastic for building resilience, for planning for the worst. You can simulate disruptions. What happens to our delivery timelines if this key person is suddenly out sick for 2 weeks? It lets you find the cracks in the system before they cause a flood.
So what does all this get you? What's the big payoff? Well, it's a fundamental shift in how you run things. You stop just reacting and putting out fires, and you start proactively designing your future.
I mean, this just lays it out perfectly. Look at the difference. Instead of reacting to issues after they happen, you're planning with real confidence. All those invisible dependencies that trip you up, they become visible, clear collaboration flows. And what used to feel like chaotic, disruptive change becomes a smooth, evolving way of working.
But the biggest win here might just be this. Adopting AI starts to feel less like a massive, disruptive shock to the system and more like a natural, managed evolution of how you work.
Which leads us to a really powerful way to think about this whole thing. A workforce digital twin isn't just another tool or another app on your screen. It's much more foundational. It becomes the operating system for your AI-powered future. Just think about what a good operating system does, right? It manages complexity. The digital twin acts as that simulation layer for your big decisions, a coordination layer to keep all your teams and tools in sync, and a learning layer that helps the entire organization adapt on the fly. It becomes the essential infrastructure that sits underneath everything, making sure your push into AI isn't just fast, but that it's actually built to last.
So as we start to wrap this up, there's a really critical point to remember. The companies that are truly going to win with AI, they're not necessarily going to be the ones with the flashiest, most cutting-edge models.
No, true success is going to come from the organizations that deeply understand how work, people, and AI all interact as one single coherent system. That holistic view, that's the real competitive advantage. That's the secret sauce.
Which brings us to our final thought for you. Your organization, right now, is rapidly evolving into this complex, amazing system of humans and AI working side by side. So the real question you've got to ask yourself is, do you have the operating manual?